Hey, I'm Morgan Richards from Radio Cardiff from 98.7 FM. I'm very pleased to say that I'm backstage at the Solus venue in Cardiff. I'm joined by a band since the last time we caught with them have done some absolutely incredible things on tour. It's of course one of our favourite rock trios from England. It's Arcane Roots.
Hello.
Hey guys, you right?
Yeah.
Yeah. How are you doing?
Yeah, good, thank you.
Yeah. Nice, calm.
Coming down from outer space of stage.
Yeah,
got some clarity now that we've had some water from Strathmore.
Thanks, Strathmore.
So have you guys been since last time we caught up with you?
Maybe busy boys. Like, it kind of is a weird thing. I mean, it's kind of the way the music industry works. But you know, you expect. I didn't really expect us to have that much on. If you know what I mean. Like at the time, you know, things aren't confirmed till the last minute, and so yeah, literally we went from kind of 0 to 60, and whereas we thought we were pleased with a few festivals here and there and a few things, and you know, doing some tours and whatever. We ended up being offered the Muse dates in Europe and playing some more European festivals and doing Reading and Leeds and then, you know, straight into these other dates and obviously having our album out. It's all kind of just been like a lovely whirlwind.
Yeah. Okay, right, that's fair enough. So it's been a while since you guys came into the studio for a chat back in May, and since that you guys have literally had an incredible few months playing some massive shows and tours across Europe and UK, supporting your full-length studio album, Blood and Chemistry.
We did.
Yeah, we did. It was like I say, it's you know, it's we're honoured every time, you know, all these things have come around from, you know, almost coincidence as well of random people just, you know, getting handed our CD and enjoying it and spreading the word. And you know, when you've worked so hard on something like your debut album and you know you've put all your heart and soul into something and you know you obviously want it to be good, we're incredibly honoured to have people like, you know, Muse and Biffy and you know, other people you know, take notice of that and actually, you know, enjoy what we do, you know, like that really means a lot to us, to people obviously we've looked up to. They're kind of like our older brothers type thing, and obviously, you know, they're doing something that we, you know, entirely aspire to as well. So it's you know, and it's a credit to them as well, you know, like to you know, that bigger bands are still, you know, interested in UK music and they're still, you know, listening to new music, listening to new bands, and you know, they want to take a chance on, you know, a little band like us. You know, it's fantastic, and everyone's been really lovely. It's definitely like a highlight of music, because you know, labels and money and all this kind of stuff can be, you know, difficult, but it's the really nice kind of turn of events that these massive bands that really don't need to care, you know, like where they're at, you know, the fact that they do care is you know, fantastic. And they're still, you know, when we've spoken to them, they're still really passionate about what they do and really passionate about making the best music they can as a band and being the best band they can, and they certainly are the best band they can be, you know, like, so it's been really inspiring to us.
Okay, right, fair enough. And since the release of the album, it really seems like you guys have gained a great deal of new fans from people from all different kinds of scenes in rock music.
Yeah, it was kind of the good thing about, and we're kind of lucky that we never from the beginning set out to write ourselves into a particular corner of music, and we've been really lucky that because it spans quite widely, we can tour with bands of very sort of different genres and different audiences, and it doesn't, you know, to an extent it works pretty well. We played with bands like Dry the River, who are sort of centred around folk, and you know, when we play it, you know, there's people in the audience who get what we're about, because there's elements of that in our songs. And like now we're playing with Coheed and Cambria, which is a lot heavier alternative kind of stuff, and you know, the audience are really responsive to that kind of thing as well. So we're quite lucky in the way that our fans we haven't sort of pocketed ourselves too tightly, and we're quite privileged that we can travel with lots of bands of different styles, and it's great for us as well because our own influences is equally as diverse. So we get to hang out with our fans in pop bands, and we get to hang out with metal bands that we like as well.
It's nice to wear. It's like wearing a different hat. It's kind of you know, like the heavy set, the lighter set, and you know, for us it's fun to we like being the underdogs. It's, you know, it's a really good kind of motivation to win over new fans, and you know, that's the great thing. You know, like we love touring. We love so much different music, and you know, and we love being able to tour under different guises in a way, and then kind of play different sets, and it's kind of fun. I mean, we've got a fair amount of material now that we can kind of swap things around, and we play, you know, different songs, and you know, we get really really excited, and you know, it's even just getting better at playing different songs, if that makes sense. Obviously, like you play the same song over and over every night of a tour, then by the end of that tour, you know, no, it just feels great. It feels like you just get to a really an nth degree of ability, you know, where it's just you're really enjoying playing the song, and you know, we have fun with the parts and deconstruct some of the songs and mess around with them and kind of smooth them out and make them soar. And I think it's good fun for us.
Okay, right, that's fair enough. And when you guys released the album, you kind of knew that it wouldn't have a real effect on the charts kind of point of view. But even without that, the album just kind of blew up on its own in an underground kind of way.
Yeah, I mean, we always knew it was going to be, you know, for me, I was happy to make something that would be treated as a cult status type thing. You know, we knew it wasn't going to rocket through the charts or whatever, and you know, and that's for the band that we want to be, and the way we've set ourselves up already, that would be a silly thing to do in a way. So you know, for us, it was more about, you know, building on the fans that we had, and also, you know, having our album be something that's, you know, like a little secret kind of thing for a while. I think, you know, it's good to do that for a bit, and you know, the best recommendation you can have is, you know, person to person, and you know, oh, you should check out this band, and you know, it's how we've got a lot of the things we've got, you know. So yeah, so you know, it's the best thing we could hope for, and you know, we're honoured every time, you know, we go abroad or anyway, we go to the funniest, strangest places, and there's someone who's heard of our band, and that's still very, you know, surreal and very, you know, humbling for us that someone cares. You know, and considering we don't necessarily, you know, we just finished doing a European tour, and you know, the crowds were amazing, and you know, it was our own headline tour, and we've never done anything like that before, and so to go to a country that we love all those countries, and we enjoy being in them, and so to go there and to be in a room where people have listened to our music, considering we may have only been there once or twice or never, is it's crazy.
Yeah, it's been nice since we released the album to, you know, see on social media, I suppose, is the kind of benchmark of what you can see how well your fan base is doing, how many likes or follows or whatever. And since we released the album, it's just been really nice to see those numbers kind of rise pretty fast, actually, I think, and to kind of a point where we are now, where we've got a decent amount of people that, you know, are liking what we're doing.
Yeah, we definitely started to get a hold, you know, even now when we tour the UK, and the first time you do it and no one turns up, and then you do it the next time some people turn up, and you know, now we're just sort of starting our fourth headline tour. Fifth?
Definitely.
I don't know. Depends what counts, really. Yeah, we've done a few times around the UK, and it's really, really humbling to see those numbers grow, and the people who travel further to come see you, and people that follow you around the country now. We've got faces that we know and friends that we've made on tour, and that circle of people.
Yes, we know people in different places.
Yeah,
now.
it's crazy, and that grows, and you go abroad and you build that circle, and now we've got friends in different countries, and it's such a nice, validated thing, you know, stuff that we wrote in our bedroom and stuff we worked in the studios, the three of us, has now grown to being something around the world, and that's just an incredible thing.
It's nice as well, like, you know, it just blows our minds, you know, but like, they've been there from the beginning, you know, and you know, we played our first headline show of this tour in Nottingham, and you know, I remember saying, you know, I remember playing here for the first time, and there was like 4 people, and those 4 people put their hands up. They were still in the room, you know, and it was so nice. And it's funny that they all made a thing of coming over to me at the merch afterwards and being like, "Yeah, man, I was at the first gig here," and blah blah blah. And you know, it means so much to us that, you know, that people care.
Okay, right. Well, that's awesome. And of course, as you guys have said, one of the many highlights for you guys this year is, of course, the fact that you guys played with one of the biggest bands in the world right now in Muse, playing 3 dates of their European stadium tour this summer in Italy and Switzerland.
Yeah, it was a good old time. Yeah, but it's another world of gigging, and it was really, I think, really poignant and profound for us. Like, we were all fans of them since we were young, and you know, we all look up to them and what they're doing, obviously, as a 3-piece rock band, you know, storming all over the world. But yeah, we watched them every single night and were just completely blown away, and even just the whole entire experience, it was such a nice experience for us. And you know, having our nice touring family, and being able to take them out to those kind of places, and have, you know, some degree of luxury, and you know, and our managers, and just our whole team came out, and you know, it was just this really beautiful time that I think back on really fondly, and it makes me smile, and it's really happy that, you know, like sitting in Turin and just having a big meal with everyone who helped us get that far, and you know, like just enjoying it with each other, and just laughing and joking, and then going to play this gig and, you know, to all these people, and then, you know, having the time of our lives, and then, you know, watching one of the best bands in the world do what they do, you know, that it's really affected. I mean, I'm speaking for myself, I suppose, but like it's really affected me, definitely, and
I think we all took from it, like professionally as well, just seeing a show of that caliber, and I think it was like a huge learning experience, a lot of homework and a lot of ideas about production on a scale beyond just playing the songs well, you know, even the way it's put together and the way they think about visuals and the way they interact with fans, and even how consistent they are, but still feeling engaging, exciting. It doesn't feel, you know, rehearsed, or it doesn't feel stale. It's really, really engaging, really exciting. So we sort of studied it very hard every night, and I think we learned more from that than we have from, you know, doing whole tours. And, you know, there's a lot you can learn from the guys who have been doing it for a really long time, and
you
really
see why they've been doing it for so long as well.
you can see why they're so successful. Yeah, it's
Okay.
a really exciting show.
All right, well, that's fair enough. I can't even imagine how surreal it must have felt for you guys, not only playing with one of the biggest bands in the world, but a band that you guys have been a fan of for quite some time, and that has helped influence you.
Yeah, definitely. It's nice to see that, you know, a band that you were listening to when you were a kid still, you know, not only playing, but playing bigger shows and the biggest shows in the world. And, you know, they've really done the rounds, and it was really, you know, humbling to be invited to do it, and it was such a great thing to see them enjoying being a rock band from the UK and being really successful. It was nice.
Yeah, and it was nice.
I think you've got something to say.
I do have something to say. You're right, please. And it was just nice that the fact that it was actually Dom, their drummer, that was responsible for getting us on the few dates. I think he was introduced to us by Dave Elich.
No, he was telling Dave Elich, our patron.
Right. Okay.
So we still don't know.
We still don't know how Dom found us, but
But it's cool that they can do that, and they do take a chance on bands, so they don't need to
Yeah, it's great
do
to be able to
tickets
listen to a
anymore.
band and be like, yeah, let's take
sales. You know, they take bands that they care about and they want to play with, and, you know, like, they give people a chance, and that's really nice that they're in a position to do that, and it's nice that they care about doing that. They don't have to
It's
do
very
that.
refreshing.
Yeah.
Okay. And were you guys surprised at how much of a caring band that they are?
Yeah, they were lovely. I mean, you know, they're an incredible band. Like, they're an absolutely incredible band. You know, they're the top of their game, and like I say, you know, music can be, you know, it can be fairly. I was really excited about being a musician in a band, you know, and writing songs, but it is really hard, and, you know, you have to really, really choose your decisions carefully, and
It's all the stuff
work
around music. The music bit is the bit that's always been enjoyable, and it still is. And like, now we sometimes forget it, and then when we play with just the three of us in a room, it's refreshing when we realise how great it can be, but it's really easy to get wrapped up in all the other stuff that isn't music, which is vast, and the more you get into it, the more it becomes about all the other stuff. So sometimes it's really nice to sort of take it back, and luckily for them, I think there's a point where you come out of that, and again it comes back to being about the music, because it's no longer an issue. And it's definitely the case where they get the luxury of being able to come out of that cycle and just enjoy playing music again. And you can kind of see that, you know, like with bands like Coldplay and Biffy and Muse, you know, they're really just enjoying playing their stuff, and they're not worrying about any of the other things involved.
It's great freedom as well. Like, you know, when you get to that stage, you've not particularly got to, you know, you've earned your stripes. You know, you can. It's pure creationism. Like, you've got the money and you've got the time, and if you're like, cool, I want to spend a year doing this album, then that's what happens. You know, and if you want to take out some band that someone who you don't know passes you a CD, and then you're like, cool, I want to take this band out. They're not necessarily going to help with ticket sales, but I really want to take this band out. You know, that's one of the coolest things in the world, you know. And for us, you know, it was a really big thing that, you know, I mean, it's something we really believe in anyway, but it was definitely a big thing that we need to pass that on to now bands that we're taking out with us, you know, taking chances on younger bands, you know, and that kind of thing. And it's nice, it's really rewarding.
Okay. Right, well, that's a great thing to hear. And also, shortly after that, you guys actually did your first ever European headline tour in October.
Yeah, that was, like I say, it was... I mean, I feel like in the UK, I'm kind of like, okay, then maybe some people will turn up. But in Europe, we were every night. We were like, we honestly thought, is there anyone going to turn up? And every night, these just fantastic. I love them. I honestly love them to bits. Everyone I've met, they're just so fantastic, and like it's so rewarding. You know, I think everyone, you know, could even just turn around and look at each other and like, look at all these people who are really passionate about a band, or you know, we're passionate about what we do and they're passionate about that, and it was just fantastic. I just was smiling ear to ear to just go to another country that I'd never been to before, to a place I'd never been to before, and play a show, and people were there singing, songs that, that my personal songs, kind of thing, and like and then to talk to them afterwards, and they just had the most fantastic stories and just personalities, and just their little sort of kooky little isms and stuff, and they'd have this thing they'd made for us, and it's just beautiful. I mean, we've loved being a kind of big Europhiles anyway, and I absolutely adore all the time that we spend there, and we have such a fantastic time, and to actually go there and be recognised and
just really humbling to see that many people turn up, and just speaking to them. There was so many people that just like, I travelled 2 hours, 3 hours to get there, and it was just really kind of validating in a way that there's that many people that care that much. To put that amount of effort in to just come see us do our
It's a huge leap for us as well. Like our first ever headline shows in Europe it's a really big thing for a band to do, because you're literally taking a leap to get to places. There's not places you've ever toured before. You're in different countries and different languages and different culture, and to see that translate to other cultures where they get it and they're excited. We literally, when we turned up, we literally had no idea if there was going to be 1 people or it was going to be sold out. So we were really, really happy with how it went.
Okay, right, awesome. Now, one thing we talked about the last time we caught up was the fact that you guys were playing a number of big summer festivals, including the likes of Reading and Leeds, and of course the BBK festival in Bilbao.
Yeah, Reading was. I mean, we'd never even been as kind of members of the public to Reading or Leeds, so we didn't really know what to expect. And while we were playing BBK, and while we're out in Europe, everyone was like, "Oh yeah, this is amazing, but you should wait till Reading and Leeds." Blah blah blah. And I was like, "But Reading and Leeds is not on a mountain in Spain. Do you know what I mean? Like, I'm sorry, Reading and Leeds. Well, you're not." Like, I was like, I just don't see it getting better than this. We got to hang out with people we really look up to, and they were just fantastic, and it was just, we still feel like little boys when we get to meet people like that, and they kind of treat us as, kind of just normal people. They're just normal guys, normal friends or whatever. It's really nice, and it's so nice for us. So we were eager to kind of do our own show as well, on our own merit, rather than be under the name of Muse. And that show was really, really fun. Like, we really, really, really enjoyed playing. And then, like I say, we got to hang out with Biffy and Billy Talent, and sit and chat with them, and it was absolutely fantastic. And then it was kind of like we had to come back, and we had Reading and Leeds, and I was like, just that moment of being in Spain on a mountain, playing a show that we were really happy with, seeing our friends and fans out in Spain, and then hanging out with your heroes. Like, it just didn't get any better for us. And then it was incredible. And it was great. Everything just went perfect, and there was so many people there, like completely packed and singing along and just rocking out with us and just going ballistic. So the crowd definitely makes it. I mean, there's no mountains, but the crowd definitely made it. Like, if we could fly them out to Bilbao, that'd be great.
Okay, and just a couple more quick things before you guys go. You'll actually be ending this amazing year supporting your very good friends in Biffy Clyro in shows in Germany and Paris. I'm sure that's just going to be a great way to end this year. Yeah,
we couldn't ask for anything more. Like, I mean, they've been lovely to us throughout the year, and Simon's been, really gracious and kind and said such lovely things. And now, we've kind of hung out with them in and out of the year, and it's, what a way to end an incredible year. And, we're just excited, to finally be on the stage with them as well, and to show them what we got, and also like excited for next year as well. Like, this has been such an incredible year. I really like it when people who are normally realistic become optimistic, and I'm a very optimistic person, but I'm surrounded by a lot of people who are generally quite realistic, and so it's nice when they're actually genuinely excited about something. I feel like I can really be excited about something, so next year should be really good. I think everyone's now kind of like, well, what can we achieve next year? What's possible now? So.
And do you guys have a lot of plans scheduled already for 2014, or?
We've got one festival
Oh, I didn't. No, we can't say that. Delete that.
Yeah, it's going to be busy. It's still starting to get booked up and talks about writing new stuff and.
Yeah, I think the plan's definitely to start looking towards some new material and try and maybe put out something maybe early next year or something and work on some new projects. I mean, we've learnt so much with this album. It's now I've already kind of filled my inbox with with new ideas of stuff that we want to try out and new. We've seen the best bands in the world kind of what they can do, and now it's like, well, what can we do? So it's that's kind of the order of the day for us, really.
Okay, awesome. Well, looking forward to more new music and some more shows for you guys in 2014 then.
Thank you very much.
Well, that's about it. Cheers, guys, for doing a catch-up interview with us.
No worries.
Good luck with your headline tour now, and hopefully I can catch up with you guys again very soon.
Yes,
thank you
please do.
very much. Cheers.
Thank you.
Cheers.